had this interesting story about death as well I want to touch before we leave this subject. You were carrying a couple of bottles when one of them fell and broke, causing a sharp fragment to cut your left ankle. And in your mind, you saw those ugly, satanic, again, hands which had come for your neck when you were a small child that you just spoke about a moment ago here, right? And in panic, you shot up, overturning the meal tray, trying desperately to breathe, and you could feel that death was closing in on me. And you describe many of these circumstances very, very vividly, Vasula, in the book. That particular episode, there was something more to that episode. Tell us.
Well, it was, always on my neck, getting threatened, my breath cutting out. It was an arrest of my breath because that cut was so bad, it started to get infected so bad that the doctor was afraid that he had to cut my leg out, because it was turning into a gangrene. And then he said, all right, I can deal with that. I'll give you a shot of morphine. He gave me perhaps an overdose because I was very skinny, and with my weight you have to see how much you can give. So it was an overdose that affected my lungs, and they were stopping. I couldn't breathe at all. It was just like somebody put something there, and I was not able to breathe, and I was dying. My husband was there. I had a tray in the bed in the hospital with the food that had just come. I couldn't breathe, and I stood up on the bed, throwing everything down. And since, when you have no breath, you have no voice. And I just made signs that I was dying to my husband. He ran out to bring a nurse. He couldn't find anybody in the corridor. And then I sat thinking, now that's the end. But then it was like somebody pulled out a plug and I could breathe. And it was an attack, another attack. Very near death.